welcome to the Football Friends podcast. It's your boy Gage here, joined by the lovely Paddy and Ash.
Oh, we're lovely again.
Yes.
It'd be a first.
Are you not feeling lovely, Ash?
Oh no, it's a first to be called lovely. I think, isn't it?
Oh, possibly. Just have to adjust your audio a tiny bit, Ash. Okay, all good. That should fix it. All right. So yeah, how you guys been? Been good stuff?
Yeah, been good stuff.
It's been good stuff.
Yeah.
What is good stuff? Can you define good stuff for me?
Well, we could say the form of Harry Kane.
That is good stuff.
Indeed. I gotta say, I've heard that Heung-min Son is feeling a little stressed because his role as the main assist man is being stolen by Perisic.
Ooh, that's rough, eh? Is that not a good thing? It means Son is freed up to be more the finisher.
Yeah, well, I think it's good to have so many options like that, you know.
Options,
yeah. It seems now that Spurs, like, it's not that Kane doesn't thrive when he does do that dropping deep thing, but now he's able to play as a proper centre forward, and he's got all these options, like you say, just buzzing around him like busy little bees.
Indeed, yeah. You guys had a pretty solid win against. Oh, who did you play last? I can't even remember.
They played Forest.
Oh, that's right, Nottingham Forest. It's just cut off by that. Okay, yeah.
And it's not like Forest even played badly in that, Ash. Do you think?
I don't think so. It seems to be our trend that we're not playing well. We're not dominating games yet. So it's not so much that they don't play badly. It's just we seem to be getting results when we're not playing well.
Yeah,
well,
I think Spurs won the game rather than Nottingham losing it.
Yeah. Our quality got us the 2 goals.
So,
Dean Henderson had a good old game though.
It's good signs. Good signs.
I would say Dean Henderson has actually been fantastic since signing for Nottingham Forest, and I think it's a good thing overall. He definitely needs some game time, and it's only a loan, so he develops into someone worthy of a first pick. That could actually be really good for us.
Yeah, I mean, I know this week he had quite a good old week, but I think Henderson has every quality that United need in a keeper to play that playing it out from the back role, and probably more so than De Gea. He's ready to replace De Gea.
I don't know if I would go that far. Because I think if that was true, he would have, because we weren't sure about having De Gea at all this winter. But look, we're getting off topic here. We're supposed to be talking about Spurs.
All right. Well, Ash, do you want to? You say main assist maker Perisic. What about Richarlison's assist?
Tasty. Delicious.
Deliciousness.
Deliciousness.
And
what about his keepy uppy?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, shithousery 101.
He's
That was
such
amazing.
a prick. He's such a massive fucking prick.
Sure, and he does it with that, like, he doesn't smile when he's playing. He's very serious, and it's just so funny that he's sitting there taking the piss, doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm not even enjoying rubbing it in your face.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic.
Was it not even 2-0 at that point? Was it only 1-0?
Yeah, I think so. Then he goes, and then he goes and makes an assist.
Mm. Yeah, that was hilarious. I thought that was so funny, and you saw him get absolutely wiped out afterwards too, right? It
Yeah.
was like watching one of
I
those
reckon-
Sunday League highlight videos, you know?
You should be allowed to do it. If someone showboats and takes the piss like that, you should have 5 seconds to just fuck them.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just kind of shows that like you wish you were that good.
It does say that, yes. But it's, I
Did
stand by what
did you
I
see
stand
what
by
Callum
what I
Wilson?
said.
Sorry, Ash.
Oh, did you see? I was just going to say, did you see what Callum Wilson said about it?
Oh, what did he say?
No.
He said he would have volleyed Richarlison. He's like, if he does that to me, I am not going to just like take him out. He said, I'm going to actually hit him. Like, I will volley.
It's so funny. At the end of the day, it's still kind of as a gentleman's game, isn't it? And they don't like disrespect at all. It's pretty funny.
I think it's a gentleman's game played by utter pricks.
Is it a gentleman's game though?
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
Not in
But
Brazil.
Is it not?
is. Those who play it are not gentlemen.
Oh, I thought rugby was the gentleman's game, and football was the poor man's game.
That's so funny how reversed that is in New Zealand. Like rugby is the everyman's game, and football's like just for like posh twats.
No, in the UK, it's rugby union is the rich man's game.
Yeah,
Rugby league is the poor northerners' game, and football's kind of for everyone.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
You can't go fucking anywhere without a football club. You can just land in Britain, throw a stone, and hit a football stadium.
That's true. Okay, so what else happened in that game? It was just 2 goals from Harry Kane, wasn't it? And
Yeah, it's just goal after goal for Kane. He is well on track for Alan Shearer's record.
yeah, I honestly I think so. He just has to maintain form, and he will break it. I certainly think he's got 5 years left in him. Easy.
Now, my question for you is, who are the strikers that are better than him? And like, if you're going Premier League or just like Premier League era.
Do you
Really
mean
era.
so you mean playing like the entire 30 years of the Premier League?
Yeah. Who are the strikers that are better than Kane? Because if he breaks Shearer's record, he's the best. Like,
hard to argue with that, really. It's
well, because that's why Shearer's the best, is it not?
Kind of.
He only won one league.
The only I would say Aguero is probably pretty close, but
Really,
Aguero did not spend his entire career in the Premier League though.
this is true.
He
also played in a massive team though, a team that was built to score, like for him to score goals.
Very good point. Kane has Kane has been doing it in like a mid-table team.
Well, you could arguably say if Spurs didn't have Kane, Tottenham would be a mid to lower half team.
No,
Without his goals.
Well, I think he certainly carried the backpack for the team for the for his entire career, really. Yeah. And then obviously they had they had Bale. Bale was probably the other player that was also doing that, but then they sold him and actually invested very wisely. But
Kane wasn't part of the team when Bale was there. Bale left before Kane came along. Yes.
Okay. Well,
so the only time they played together is when Bale came back online.
Well, I don't know. I feel like Spurs actually made incredibly good financial investments as well. So it probably would be a bit early to say it was all Kane, But
If they didn't have Kane, they'd be Southampton.
but what about you've had Ericsson and Heung-min Son and you've had tons of good players come through. But
are these players attracted to Spurs because of the Kane thing? Because Kane is there, and they're thinking, "Oh, well, I can play with a great striker." Not like I could play with,
well,
Benoit Asuakota.
The only thing with that is, I think a lot of people disrespected Kane until the last few years. Like everyone was like, "Yeah, he's good, but he's no whatever." But now it's kind of undeniable. So I don't really think players would have been thinking, "I want to play with Kane," until recently. Maybe it's like, they would have just been, "I want to play in the Premier League."
Yeah,
but like, you're the Van Persie, pretty good.
Not as good. Not on that level.
Probably not quite, but you're right though. I am struggling to think of
Rooney.
Rooney as well, but I suppose Rooney was he's beaten Rooney's record now, and so you can sort of argue that Rooney certainly wasn't as prolific as Kane, and then when you consider the international stuff as well, he's kind of miles ahead of Rooney.
Yeah.
I suppose Rooney did a bit more in the assist kind of stuff, but you make a good point. Harry Kane is definitely one of the best.
But yeah, this is just a thought.
Yeah, well, look,
is he only second to Alan Shearer at this point?
Yeah, and like that's why I made that video. I honestly do believe that Kane will break Shearer's record, which is unbelievable. I mean, that record's already insane. 260 Premier League goals. It's absurd, and then he will beat it.
You reckon he'll get 300?
He could. Like I said, this is all he has to do is maintain form for 5 years, and he'll beat it. But man, Kane could play longer than that. Most players are playing until their mid to late 30s now.
Oh, I'm back. I died for a second there.
Getting a bit of background kind of noise from your end, Paddy.
Oh,
it's okay. The noise gate's taking care of it. I can hear it, but it's not coming through the recording. So thankfully.
Okay, that's good. I don't know what to tell you. I think it might just be my computer being a piece of shit.
It's a fan from your laptop. I'm pretty sure. But anyway. So yeah, anything else you want to say on that, Ash?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Real briefly, when so Kane scored those 2 goals and he's now 3rd all-time Premier League. Pardon me. And he went above Andy Cole, and the notification that popped up was Harry Kane goes past Carlton Cole, and I laughed for about 5 minutes thinking about Carlton Cole scoring 185 Premier League goals.
Has he even played 185 minutes?
Carlton Cole? Yeah. I mean, he wasn't good in them, but yes.
Isn't that how many loans he had at West Ham?
It's how many lines he had at West Ham.
Oh.
Mm.
Allegedly.
All right, well, moving on. I suppose the next thing to talk about is your boys, Paddy, with a historic 9-0 win over Bournemouth.
Can I just make a noise?
Always.
Is that the same noise Scott Barker made? He's like, thank God I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I think Liverpool is directly responsible for the firing of Scott Parker.
I can't feel good about this, can I? It's
no, it's awesome. It's like ultimate victory, humiliating defeat, you know. So,
Kind of, but like he did not deserve that, Scott Parker. He just didn't.
totally
You can't tell me
agree.
that. You can't tell me that playing Liverpool, Manchester City, and Arsenal, and recording 3 losses
Mm,
is sack-worthy. They won their first game. They beat Aston Villa, like everyone else is doing.
yeah.
Um,
I think Ash was spot on when he said you'd only expect 1 point from those first 4 games if the season hadn't started, and they actually managed to get 3. So pretty harsh.
yeah, extremely harsh. Yeah, and it's not like it's even come, in time to make any transfer, like get a new guy in and make some transfers or anything. It's just
Yeah. I again, I mentioned this in the video I did. They only made 2 transfers. They only signed, who was it? It was some guy from Atalanta, and they signed 2 players that were about 10 to 15 mil each. So they spent 25 mil, and were kind of just trying to go about it with like what they had, and
yeah.
so. But I assume this means they were planning on sacking Scott Parker from the start.
Yeah, from what I've read, he came out afterwards and criticised the club for not like this. He basically said, "This is how good we are, unless we invest in the squad." And obviously, they don't want to do that, and that's probably what's led to the sacking more so than the result. It's the I want to spend money on the squad, and they don't. So.
Yeah, they spent 24 mil, and it was on Marcus Tavernier from Middlesbrough and Marcos Sensi for Feyenoord. So I thought he was from Atlanta. I think he was at Atlanta last time, but yeah, he came from Feyenoord originally. So it was 2 sort of just.
Well, you bought a championship player, so you added 1 championship player to a championship team.
Yeah.
Like, expect a 9-0 loss.
They did have they had 3.
I don't know about that.
They had 3 free transfers as well. So one was Neto, the goalkeeper from Barcelona, and then Ryan Fredericks from West Ham, and then Joe Rothwell. Yeah, he's all right. Joe, and then Joe Rothwell from Blackburn. So, look, none of these are keep you in the Premier League kind of signings. They're just sort of filling up the squad.
They keep you in the championship signings.
Yeah. So, but look, that's how it goes. If you don't want to invest, you're going to get relegated, I think, and like all the other teams know this. Nottingham Forest knows this. Leeds knows this. Fulham knows this. Like, they've all spent. They're all like, no way am I getting relegated. I'm not Everton.
Yeah. I'm not Everton.
Yeah.
Well, West Ham are the ones to watch, aren't they?
Well, look, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's just cover this Liverpool match anyway. So, obviously,
we were awesome.
Yeah, I think Roberto Firmino probably played the greatest game in his career, would you say? It was 3 assists and 2 goals.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of numbers wise, you can't really argue with that. But yeah, I mean, he played very, very well. He was I think it was right before the Fulham game. I was calling for him to start, and this is exactly what I was thinking of. Like, he creates so much space and just work. Like, other forward players play so well when they're around him. And this is exactly what I expected to see. Unfortunately, it's come 3 games later, and we could have used a few of those goals before. But there was an absolute screamers in there.
Absolutely. Trent's goal was
Trent's
amazing.
goal, Harvey Elliott's goal, very nice.
Yeah, Carvalho.
Yeah, Carvalho's goal, decent, and not one assist or goal for Mo Salah.
That
How on earth is
that's
how on
actually
earth
bizarre.
is-
That
how
that's
on earth has that happened?
that's the craziest stat from that match. Like out of all of them, that that one makes no sense. And of course, he was my captain on fantasy league. Like,
If it makes you feel better, mine was De Bruyne, who also contributed nothing. I mean, I watched the game. He didn't contribute nothing, but he didn't score a goal or create an assist.
yeah, bizarre. It's just figures, doesn't it? What else? There was something else I was going to say. So yeah, this 9-0 victory means that you guys have joined this elite club of 9-0 victors, joining Man U and Man U and Leicester,
Leicester, yeah.
who both Man U and Leicester both beat Southampton 9-0.
Yeah,
It's
so
pretty ruthless.
if you live on the south coast, be prepared to lose by a lot. Is
And-
what we're saying.
Yeah, and then Man U had actually done it before. They did it in 1995 against Ipswich Town, a 9-0. But then this was also matched a Liverpool record for winning by nine goals. So Liverpool's biggest victory previously was a 10-1, and it was in 1899. So
look, I mean, right at the end of the game, I think it was James Milner took a shot, and the keeper just palmed it away. I wanted with all my soul that to go in and just to say like 10, we scored 10.
yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. No one's done 10 yet, and I was like,
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, just watching our first few games, it was. I don't know if I'd go as far as it was clear to me, but it was approaching that. Someone was going to get a hiding. I didn't think it would be this soon, and I didn't think it would be by this many. But yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I imagine you guys were pretty motivated. It must. Klopp must have got some newspaper clippings of like Manchester United beats Liverpool and posted them on the changing room wall and stuff like that to motivate you guys. So yeah, I mean, I think I even said it to you a few weeks ago. This it's called reversion to the mean, and so you hadn't been scoring that many goals in the last few games, and you usually average about 3 goals per game. So then you scored them all against Bournemouth.
Well, yeah, as you do.
And now your average is back to normal.
Well, now we're back to average in the league at 9th.
Yes. Okay. So anything else you want to say on that one?
No, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest.
Okay. So, next up we have Manchester United have won their second game, which was against Southampton, and it was an away win, which I'm very happy about. And this was a decent match. I thought we played pretty well. I think defensively we are now absolutely sound. That we were sort of impenetrable defensively in this game. And that's kind of good, considering that we dropped Harry Maguire and all these problems seem to solve themselves for some reason.
Lol.
And because of that, Martinez has actually made Team of the Week 2 weeks in a row now. So that's...
He was notably very good in that game.
Sort of. I think
I thought he was good.
Yeah, I have one issue. Well, one problem I noticed. It's so... On the ground, fantastic. In the air, he's good. But the thing was, they figured out how to exploit it because he plays on the left side, and that's the same side as Malacia. And Malacia is also only about 5'8" or something like that. So if you have a abnormally tall right winger, at which Southampton do in Aribo, they were quite, and Shea Adams. Well, Shea Adams isn't tall, but he is very athletic. They were able to sort of play knockdown football by pinging it into like our back left corner. So there is a little bit of a weakness there in that regard. And so Martinez did very well against Liverpool and Southampton. So, but I don't know what's going to happen when they come up against 6'3" strikers and things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
The away trips in Newcastle with Chris Wood is
Yeah.
not looking forward to that one.
Well, and they've just signed Isaac as well.
Alexander Isak, yeah.
And he's 6'5", so it's
Is he 6'5"? Is he?
he's six.
Jesus.
He's at least 6'3". Yeah, tall guy.
He's bloody tall.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, Bruno Fernandes's goal was amazing.
Beautiful.
What a finish!
Again, I seem to be saying it every week, but it was a weekend of bloody good, beautiful goals.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like it made me think. Like Bruno seems to have an easier. He made it look so easy, and he has an easier time finishing the hardest goals ever. But when it's like a sitter, he can't seem to direct it goalwards.
Pings it 45 yards over the bar.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But I think one thing I can draw from both games is that Bruno seems to be responding very well to wearing the armband. It has given him like a +5 leadership. And yeah, so that's good. I think he's responding well to that. And what else? Oh, even McTominay played very well. And I'm a critic of McTominay, of course, but he played with a lot of energy in this game too. So
He seemed all right.
I feel like he's been told that if you don't sort it out soon, you're going to be gone. So he is kind of trying to sort his shit out, and that's good. So
Yes, it is. I mean, yeah. Even if he's not going to be first name on the team sheet, McTominay's got a role to play for sure.
yeah. Well, yeah, and you're right. I mean, we have Casemiro now, who played a few minutes in this game and looked very good. But Casemiro is obviously going to be our starter. So it's be interesting. We could set up with both, double six, Casemiro and Scott. Scotty's probably better as a box-to-box anyway, so it's good to have finally get a decent defensive midfielder. Very happy about that. But then the other news in that regard is our $100 million transfer of Antony from Ajax.
The big man. Well, the little man.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of the player, and what do you think of the price?
I've got to be honest with you. I haven't watched Antony play and like enough to know about him. But with these transfers, there's the ability barely seems to come into it anymore. It just seems to be, how much do the selling club need to sell? Ajax don't need to sell him. How much do the buying club need to buy? Well, apparently United need another forward. Fair enough. And then a few other little things like length of his contract and all sorts of little things like that. But he's also, what is he, 19, 20?
No, he's 22, I think.
22, okay. So he's still young.
Certainly. Yeah.
But that's it, I think, basically. Beyond, like, obviously he's got some ability, but he's, Ajax don't need to sell. You basically just sit there and go, no, we don't really want to sell him. Like, 80 mil. Keep going.
No, but I mean,
90?
But I find that kind of weird because Ajax are a selling team. That's their entire business model. Their entire business model is buy players for 5 mil and sell them for 60 mil, you know?
More, yeah.
So, so it was
I guess-
weird. I actually found the whole transfer business like really strange. And it's actually gotten even stranger because since then the new Ajax coach has like had a massive hissy fit and like complained to the media and shit like that. And he pretty much is saying like, you know, complaining like, oh, football's all about money these days. And he even says like, it's really funny because he says like Anthony's not worth 100 mil. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the dumbest, like that doesn't make any sense because like if they're trying to say that he's worth like 50 mil, but then why didn't you sell him for 80? If you don't think he's worth it, why didn't you sell him earlier? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
I genuinely think it's just because they think that they can bleed another club dry for this player.
yeah, I guess so. But then,
I think that's it.
but that's where I actually think it's not true. He is actually worth 100 mil. I'm starting to come around. I was very worried about this transfer fee originally because I think Manchester United has a right to be worried about large transfer fees after recent times. But I think that he's probably on the same level as Darwin Núñez, and it's pretty much the same. It's almost the same transfer price, really. So I think it's actually kind of decent deal, and it's all about supply and demand as well. And I tried to look. I was like, you know, I was kind of mad at this large transfer fee. So I sort of like looked up every single team and tried to find left-footed right wingers. There's none. There's just none.
What about Chiesa?
He wouldn't go. Like it just wouldn't. He'll be 150 mil. Like there's no way. There's
You
no.
think he'd be that much?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. He's like probably one of the best left-footed right wingers in the world, aside from maybe Mo Salah. So
What about Berardi?
yeah, but Berardi's 30. It's like
Dominic Berardi's 30.
pretty sure, isn't he?
What?
Is that right? Okay, I'm looking it up. He is. Wait. Oh yeah, no, he's 34.
28.
Oh wait, oh sorry, that's wrong Berardi. I'm looking at. Okay. Oh sorry, no, I was looking at Gaetano
That's a deal.
Berardi. It could be. That was someone else. Like yeah, okay, he's 28, but like again, he's not on that level. And like again, it's about there's no one else available that's as good with that much potential for a decent price. Like I mean, Berardi's played at Sassuolo for ages, and he's never really gone further than that. I don't think he's actually better than that.
Well, my concern is he could be Ten Hag's Maguire.
I don't know.
If he doesn't get off to a good start, a lot will be made of the transfer fee.
Completely agree. That is the
And
issue I have with it too.
and being a Ten Hag guy, he's going to want to play him every game.
Mhm.
So if it doesn't go well for him, they could end up in that Maguire trap where you've spent all this money, you've invested all your time into him, you can't drop him. If he's not performing, you end up in that same roundabout that you were 6 months ago with Maguire.
I mean, look, you have that risk with any player though, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah, but the thing is, if United had gone out and just said we want him for 50 mil, they probably could have got him for 50 to 80 mil.
well, you're right.
Because it's a week left in the transfer window.
Yeah.
The price doubled.
100% agree. That's also my
Because
biggest gripe with it.
Now
is-
if Ajax want to replace him, they have to go out and spend, 60 mil to get a 30 mil replacement.
possibly.
So
Yeah, they're going
because
for.
of the time constraints on it, they have to pay over
Hmm.
to get somebody in the door.
Well, sort of. I mean, Ajax are probably more likely to go for a 10 mil guy for whatever price. Like that's what they do, But
I have heard they're after Hakeem
Ziyech, yeah,
Ziyech from online. So
And you're right, Chelsea have actually said they want like 40 mil or something ridiculous. But
exactly.
Yeah. But I agree, you're totally right. That's what I hate about it too, is that if we had like right at the start of the window, if we had have just gone, yep, here's 60 mil, they probably would have accepted on the spot. But we fucked around with the Frankie de Jong deal, saying stuff like, we're not going to do any other transfers until we conclude this one. And that completely didn't work out. And then we fucked around and then had to pay probably double. So I totally
You
agree.
could have given Barcelona 100 mil for Frankie de Jong, and they would have snapped your hand for it.
No, it wasn't an issue. The Frankie de Jong thing wasn't a price problem. Barcelona had accepted our bid. It was the player.
Well, you could have given 100 mil to Frankie de Jong, and he would have played for you.
Nah, it didn't seem like it was ever going to happen. Because the issue of we would have had to pay the 17 mil deferred wages, but I think morally that was just, we can't do that. We can't be doing that. But Barcelona were the ultimate assholes this window and completely got away with it.
But it's all right because they used to have UNICEF on their top, so they're nice guys.
No, they have Spotify. Yay. Well, the rumor is that Frankie's actually going to take the pay cut after all this. So, rip. Anyway, big fee, but to be honest, I really like the player. Very, very good player from what I've seen. And yeah, hopefully, and Ten Hag's used him before. Big fan of him, so I trust Ten Hag. He'll probably get the most out of him. And look, if it works, it works. I think we needed a left-footed player. We've needed it for ages. So
yeah. Honestly, I think that's what it comes down to. The fee, like if you can pay the fee, then if you want the player, you do it. I think that it's as simple as that these days.
I mean, it's no different than Chelsea. Well, Chelsea paid 100 mil for Lukaku, and now he's on loan. He completely flopped, and he's on loan. And Liverpool have paid 85 million for Darwin Núñez, and there's been a lot of deals like this lately, 100 mil kind of range. And I think maybe that's just kind of the going rate now, unfortunately. Okay, anyway, but that's enough. I've said enough on that shit. So, was there anything else I want to talk about there? Just make sure I wrote some stuff. Oh, we've also signed Dubravka as a backup goalkeeper. And,
on
loan? On loan with a 5 mil option to buy. And I'm pretty happy about that. I think as a back...
Is he better than Henderson?
Probably, yeah. I think Dubravka's a decent keeper. He was probably...
Is he better than Henderson?
Well, Henderson's never played well for Man U. He's played okay, but I think Dubravka's probably still better. But it's also because this is a win-win for us, because we don't have to buy Dubravka if we don't want him. There's only 5 mil anyway if we do. And Henderson gets to play 38 games. And we can't give him that amount of experience if he stays. So I think it's win-win. And we might have one more signing before the window shuts, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So we'll see. Okay, so let's move on anyway. I wanted to talk about Chelsea because they have had some weird results in the last few days. Any thoughts?
Paddy's still here?
No.
Or is he gone?
He's dropped.
He's gone.
He's dropped out.
Right.
Oh, I just realised. Oh, this guy. Wow.
All right, later, scum. Anyway.
Okay, so, well, they played. First of all, they've played 2 matches, so they had one this morning. But they first played Leicester and actually won this game 2-1 after they had a red card pretty early on for Gallagher, and but still managed to go on and win. So they played. But then today they lost to Southampton. So they actually played better with 10 men than they do with 11.
Yes. Now, Southampton, there's Hasselhotel has come out and said he thinks that there's something special
Yes.
brewing at Southampton. See, now this just leads me to think if you throw back to Bournemouth, if they keep Scott Parker for another year and a half, they could be beating Chelsea too.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. But yeah, Southampton, they look good. They've changed their shape, is what I noticed about
Well,
Southampton.
they have a very young squad. All of the players
Yeah,
they
always
signed
do.
are young guys, and
They
that-
always do.
I think they made very positive moves because their goalkeeper, Bazunu, I think he's really good.
Yeah.
From what I've seen so far, he's great. And then that guy who scored for them, I think his name Lavia.
Yeah.
He's a new signing, and I believe he's very young. I think he is. I'm pretty sure he's the young one. But they've signed, a lot of their players are young and energetic.
Yeah,
And-
that Romeo Lavita.
Yeah.
Lavia.
Lavia, he scored an
Yeah,
awesome
he
goal in that game. And there's a guy
Okay.
with a like a double. He's got a double-barreled name.
Ward Prowse.
No, no, another one. No, another one. I mean, Ward-Prowse is really good too. We've obviously praised him on the podcast before. I'm just looking them up now. What is
Bella
Kotchap. Yeah, so he's only 20, and he's starting centre back now too with Salisu. And yeah, he's been good. He's been very good. And I actually thought Salisu was kind of really bad, but he seems to have been looking a little bit better. No way. Me and Mohamed Salisu have the same birthday. That's fun.
Basically twins.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, he's 23 though, but and that guy Lavia, he's 18. So,
Yeah.
he's back.
Sorry, guys.
No
My
problem.
computer has been a total piece. It decided to update Discord in the middle of
Oh,
our conversation
well,
and then sign me out of Discord.
that's a pain. But we're just talking about Chelsea and Southampton. How Southampton beat them.
Oh, that was a. I haven't seen the Southampton game, but I saw their win against Leicester.
Yeah, they played better
And,
with 10 men than with 11. So,
Then with 11.
well, see, that was funny too because Gallagher got that red card. So then in the second game, I was talking about Chelsea's defensive problems, and I was completely right. They have swapped to a 4 at the back. Because they had to play, Azpilicueta had to play right back, and then so it's Koulibaly and Chalobah. Oh no,
Silva.
yeah, and Silva. You're right. Yeah. So
Yeah, Thiago Silva and Chalobah.
and then, but then as soon as that was sort of because swapping to 4 at the back kind of solves that issue, the centre back issue temporarily. But as soon as that happened and Gallagher got the red card, that happened at the same time as N'Golo Kante and Kovacic were both injured. So then they had no midfielders. So they had to play. Well, they still have Jorginho, and then they put Loftus-Cheek back in the midfield because he was playing sort of filling in like right wing back and things like that. And then they played Mason Mount played back in the midfield. So because before Mason Mount they play a midfield 2 and Mason Mount would go forward, but now they play a midfield 3. They've been sort of changing it up with every single game just because of injuries and red cards.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more conducive to failure than the red cards themselves,
Well, both of them were 2
You swap
yellows.
off- Well, and they were both deserved.
Yeah.
So Koulibaly and Gallagher, both of them. If I was Tuchel, I would punch them both in the face. Like what? Like,
Well, he can't say much. he got a red card. He's got a red card too.
Well, I'd punch myself in the face. Straight up, like, what are you doing? But I'll just sit them both down here. You're on a yellow. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. So Chelsea are just in a bit of a shambles, and Southampton are looking pretty good. I was just saying before you came back, I was just saying to Ash that they have signed a lot of young players. So their new goalkeeper, Bazunu, he's 20, and then that guy who scored that screamer goal, Lavia, he's 18, and then
good goal.
And then the other one is Bella Kotchap. He's 20.
Yeah, defender.
He's 20.
Very impressed with his effort in the Man United game.
Certainly. So I think, well, from what it looks like, both Bazunu and Lavia came from Manchester City. So I think Bazunu might be a loan. Yeah, Bazunu's a loan, but Lavia was a permanent signing. So for what was that? Say 1.8 mil for Lavia. What a bargain.
That's unheard of, eh?
Oh, sorry, no, that says market value. What was market value 11 mil, I think he cost. So yeah, but that's crazy. So, you know, as a football manager career with Southampton, it's nice to see them doing well. It's yeah. So yeah, well, it's funny. I was just thinking about this just before we started. Like, the Premier League is so funny you can look at a squad one season and be like, they're a pile of shit. Everyone sucks. But then the next season, you're like, oh man, all of these guys have so much potential. It like turns around so quick.
He's gonna buy a star or two.
Yeah, like it changes so quick in the Premier League like that. But hey, look, no, full credit, man. They beat Chelsea, and that's funny.
They beat Chelsea, and that's funny.
Yeah, don't need to say more. It's like, look, if we can't have Arsenal losing, I'm happy for it to be Chelsea. That's fine with me.
Yeah. Well, another team who didn't lose, Man City, coming from behind again.
Oh, thanks to hat-trick hero, Erling Haaland.
Yeah. Far out.
Yeah,
and, 3 quality goals as well.
Oh yeah, I mean that like tap-in. Most of 2 tap-ins, but like
I mean one tap-in.
But that's what he's there for, you know. Like he's there to. Man City's a team that gives you ultimate service, you know. So he gets the ball on a silver platter and just does his job. So yeah. So yep, it's what we all feared. He is that good.
Yeah. Well, in the future, when Harry Kane knocks off Alan Shearer's record, Haaland will be right behind him.
You reckon? Do you reckon he could go that? You reckon he could go that hard
if he stays?
Yeah, I don't know.
As long as he stays, yes.
Years, eh? He'd have to be there for 10 years.
If he stays for 10 years, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, if he stays for 10 years, he'd have to score 26 goals per season. So that's.
I reckon he'll be there for like 5, and then he'll be off to like Madrid or something.
I kind of think so too. Yeah, I could definitely see him playing.
I can see him going around all the big leagues and winning.
Yeah, like Zlatan.
Yeah.
Very
much so.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I suppose. I mean, but yeah, while he's here, he's going to be a bloody pain, and Man City are going to fucking win everything. But I thought Crystal Palace played very well in this game too. They were sort of unlucky. They led and then sort of let it slip. But
their second goal should not have happened though. Like the oh god, what was it that happened? They earned the corner by sort of, you know, a Man City player kicked it, and I want to say it was Ayew was like just shepherding the ball out, but on the way to doing that, he elbowed a Man City player in the face, and he really should have just been. Well, probably should have been given a yellow card for it, to be honest. But he should have been penalised, and Palace should never have had that corner.
So is that the one Anderson scored?
Yeah. That having been said, it was such a free header. Man City also deserves to be punished for that. So, you know, with swings and roundabouts, fuck you.
Yeah. So, well, also, yeah, Crystal Palace played another game too. They played Brentford, right? And Zaha scored in that game, and fuck, it was a good goal. So
again, haven't seen any of the games from this morning, unfortunately.
Did you at least look up the Saint Maximin goal for Newcastle? Because that one.
Oh, well, that was the other day. Yeah, that was against Wolves.
Yeah, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend looking it up. It's so good.
Yeah, in a game where I thought, Ruben Neves has scored, that's going to be one of the best goals, at least in this game. Old that Saint, he should go play for Southampton. No, he probably shouldn't. Old Saint Maximum knocked him off his perch. It was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so I think we're sort of just for time here. That's most of the stuff covered. Was there anything else today? Oh, I wanted to say briefly about Gordon from Everton. He scored again. He scored again today, and my theory is that he wants a transfer so bad that he's like, well, I better keep scoring. So, because he may move to Chelsea for like 60 mil or something insane.
Yeah. I hear 60 mil, and then I've heard 25 mil plus Gallagher and Brozier on loan.
That's crazy.
I'd take that if I was Everton.
I'd take that if I was Everton as well.
Well, I don't think Chelsea can afford to lose these players because, they have a lot of midfielders, but they have no forwards. They can't let Brozier go. They can't let Pulisic go either.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, that's true. But if they sell Brozier and Gallagher to Everton, or loan them, then they're still getting a forward.
I guess they're
getting a forward to replace, whatever you think of Anthony Gordon, that's the spot in the squad.
He's good, yeah. But the thing is, they need a striker. They don't have any. Brozier's their only striker.
Gordon is a striker.
Oh, he's left. What I'm looking at is left wing. He plays. He primarily plays left wing.
My boss is an Everton fan. He continually tells me that he's not a striker. He's a left winger, but he's playing as a striker and he's doing just fine. To be honest with you,
he's 6 foot, so he can probably play. He can probably play with his back to goal. He's a big guy, so possibly. But again, like it's the issue. Chelsea don't have a goal scorer. Gordon's scoring goals, but like he's not a settled striker. It's not the level of striker that Chelsea should be playing with. And they can use Sterling, of course. He has played as a striker previously, but it's a bit of a downgrade from prime Lukaku,
Yeah, did Chelsea ever have prime Lukaku?
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like the
prime Drogba,
the promise of what Lukaku was the level of player they're trying to have as a striker, but
Fernando Torres.
They're just so short. I just think they're just so short up front. I just can't. That's why I think the Pulisic, because Pulisic wants a loan as well and things like that. But I just don't think it'll happen because they can't. They've got no. They're so short on forwards as it is.
Yeah, but then they just let Hudson Odoi go as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. Exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. He's gone on loan, so I don't think anyone else can now. Oh, okay. I just I just looked it up then, and it's saying that Lampard has said that Gordon will stay at Everton. It's just refused the
for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that, and then you offer 100 mil, and then they go. But yeah, well, they're trying to get Aubameyang. They're trying to get Aubameyang from Barcelona, which should happen.
Totally possible.
Yeah, well, Barcelona certainly don't want him, so they're trying to trim out quite a few players, and yeah. Okay, so anyway, we should do a preview, and then we can get the fuck out of here. So yeah, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about before we.
No, we can go for it.
Yep. Okay, so well, we have 1.5 match weeks to talk about, I suppose, because we have a pile of matches tomorrow for. So first up, Arsenal are going to take on Aston Villa. So I'd say that's going to be another loss for Stevie G there, and it's not been good.
He could quite easily be the next one out the door.
Certainly possible. It's not been good, and they've been spending a lot of money on players over the last 2 windows. So yeah, I don't know about that. Surely Arsenal wins this one.
Yeah, I think so.
And next up, we have Bournemouth against Wolves. So Bournemouth struggling, obviously. They're going to have no manager.
Bournemouth with no coach. Yeah, again, Wolves, they don't concede a lot of goals. Decent keeper, decent team structure. I see them nicking it. They'll nick it 1-0, and they won't really look like conceding and all of that.
They've looked pretty good. I think they sort of there was a bit of BS in the Newcastle game too. Like the Alan Saint-Maximin goal shouldn't have happened because there was a foul in the build up and stuff like that. So they got a bit unlucky there. But their midfield is so solid, man. Because they've got the new Portuguese midfielder, Mateus.
Oh, is he Portuguese, is he?
Yeah, shocker, I know, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, they look solid. I'd say Wolves. And then, so Man City are going to take on Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Another hat-trick for Haaland, maybe?
Oh, fuck off. I hope not. But, yeah, they will. They'll probably romp it.
Nottingham Forest will probably look... Oh, it's hard to say who's been better, Nottingham Forest or Fulham, but they look solid.
I'd say Fulham marginally, but Forest are okay. They just I don't see where they're getting goals. And
yeah.
When you don't have the ball against a team like City, I really don't see where you're getting goals. So I can probably see City winning this by 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Or 9.
Yeah.
And they can have 8.
Okay, so next up we have a London derby. We have West Ham against Spurs.
Oh, my mate's going to be at this one.
Oh,
one of my colleagues is on holiday in the UK, and he's going to be there.
Oh, that's very cool. So yeah, probably. Yeah, West Ham have struggled quite a lot, and which is surprising.
Team for us. Also a bogey team for us.
I see. Yeah. Okay. But well, look, I mean, it's probably good timing to break that curse, because I don't know. West Ham have just kind of looked flat. They haven't changed much, and I don't know. Somehow it stopped. It looks a bit stale. I don't know why though. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, tough to know. But look, Spurs just need this. They need continuity, and that's not a pun on the manager's name. But keep the same system, keep the same players playing in the team as best you can. I know it's a midweek game, but if you've got to have rest periods, fine. These guys can do it. Spurs are onto something really, really good with this set of players they've got.
I think so too. Is Is the reason there's a midweek game now? Is that normal, or is it just because of the World Cup?
It's because of the World Cup.
It's
so.
because of the World Cup. Normally, at this point in the season, we wouldn't be having midweek games.
And it's pretty much going to be like this until the World Cup.
That's crazy.
There are midweek games leading all the way up to the World Cup.
That's insane. Thank God they at least introduced 5 subs. That's
but at least you got the first 4 weeks of 1 game a week. You could have spread that out. Doesn't make any sense that you go like the first 4 weeks normal and then congested like pile up of games.
Good point.
Why
Yeah,
not
fuck 'em.
spread it out a bit more throughout the whole season?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's the FA for you. They are idiots, and also it's FIFA for putting World Cup in Qatar.
I know. So absurd. I can't believe that happened. It's
Dirty money. Dirty money.
Completely. And that's the thing. So I think teams that are lacking depth are gonna get fucked up by the end of the season because
Probably by the middle of the season.
yeah, well, after the World Cup, man, people are gonna get injured before it, and then during it, and then right after it.
You'd also say that like pretty much every player that's in the Premier League will be in an international team.
Generally, yeah. So
Yeah, like pretty much. So
yep. Well, we'll see what happens. So next one I've got listed here is Liverpool will take on Newcastle.
Yeah, better test for us. Like you say, we reverted right past that mean.
Yeah.
And now hopefully, that will just put the knockers up at everyone in the squad to sort of say that is what we can do when we play our best. We can score a fucking shitload of goals. So this is the last game that Núñez is unavailable for.
Oh yeah.
And again, hopefully Firmino has got his eye in and has kept his eye in, and he's gonna fucking bag a hat trick as well.
Yeah. I forgot to ask. Do you think just real quick? Do you think you guys will make a signing before the window closes?
Yeah. I think we'll sign a midfielder. I keep seeing it's linked with De Jong as well.
It's not going to happen. There's no way.
No,
because you won't pay pay the wage. He wants 350k
no.
a week, and you guys just can't do that.
No, we don't want to.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Tielemans,
Yeah.
maybe,
I reckon that's probably the best move. Yeah.
or Madison.
Or is it that Lamar from Leipzig?
Oh, Lima.
Lima?
Yeah,
Lima.
he's real good. He missed out on a move to Bayern because they just have so many midfielders, and he's only about 25 mil. Rangnick highly rates him, and I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't go for him. I think he's a really good player. Yeah, that would be
let's
it.
get him.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got a few more to get through. Man U will take on Leicester will take on Man U on Friday.
And I think this is the last game before the end of the transfer window, so we can see. Tielemans has been linked with United as well.
No, we're not going to sign another midfielder though.
I don't think so. But I'd like to see him play the first half for Leicester and then the second half for Man U.
Well, I mean, change his mind to go play for Liverpool.
Change his mind, yeah, go on loan.
Well, I think this match is literally on the deadline day, so I think that we have to get everything wrapped up before the match. So it's going to be a bit. We kind of lose a day. So, but I think we would.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to sign somebody on the last day, you're not too worried if you get them or not.
Yeah, I think we were only trying to sign someone because we thought Ronaldo was going to leave, and it's looking like that just can't happen. No one can afford his wage, so he's probably going to stay. And yeah, we probably do need someone anyway.
Chelsea need a striker.
Well, yeah, for some reason they don't want to pay. I don't understand. It would make sense, but yeah. But anyway, I think that Leicester are playing